Hello students, how you all are? I hope you all will be fine. Today we will be studying about the remaining part of the lesson that we studied in the earlier video, and we studied that the soldiers reached there and they started to cut the trees, but uh, one woman whose name was Amrita Devi, she tried to stop them, but they didn't accept it, and they suggested her not to put her life in risk for the sake of the trees. And again, when she did not recognize those their words, they they said that if you give us some bribe, then only we will be uh, leaving this place. So she said that this is against our religious faith and we cannot do it. And the remaining part we will be studying from here. Amrita Devi didn't budge. Budge means uh, changing someone's opinion. She embraced the tree and said, means she did not change her opinion. Means she was determined to save her trees. She embraced the tree and said, by protecting the trees, she is saying, Sar Sante Rukh, Sar Sante Rukh Rahe to bhi Sasto Jaan. It is in their local language, whatever the words it is saying. Its meaning is, if a tree is saved even at the cost of one's head, it's worth it. She is saying that if a tree's life is saved for the sake of a person's life, then it is also a good thing. Means we have to protect our trees if we have to pay a cost for our life also, we should, as our life also, we should give up our life for the sake of tree. She replied to them. The furious soldiers struck the axe and the tree lover died in a split second. But the soldier didn't feel mercy on him, feel mercy on her, and the soldier struck the axe at the tree lover, and this tree lover was Amrita Devi, and she died in a split second. Means suddenly, at once she died with that hit of the axe. Amrita Devi's three daughters, who had accompanied her, also met the same fate. There were three daughters of Amrita Devi, and they were also accompanying Amrita Devi. So when she died, then they came there to protest against the cutting down of trees. And when they were protesting, they were also behaving in the same way, not to let them cut the trees. So they also means they also were died of the axe of their soldiers. The news spread like wildfire. In this way, the news spread around, started to spread around like the fire in a jungle. That way, the news spread like wildfire. Soon, young and old Vishnuis who opposed the king's men were sacrificing themselves in a similar manner. Then, when the villagers came to know that such incident has happened, that Amrita Devi is died for the protection of the trees, and her three daughters are also died, so all the villagers came there to oppose the soldiers who reached there for cutting down the trees for the construction of palace. So they reached there, and they also gave sacrifices of their life. And in that way, in all 363 Vishnuis were martyred. 363 Vishnui people, these tribes are known as Vishnui tribes. So 363 Vishnui people were killed. Martyred means killed. One who is protesting against something, and if he's uh, giving up his life, he is said to be martyred. The news reached the ears of the king. When the king, this news also reached to the king's ears, he went to see the people of the village. He reached in the village. He said that he regretted what had happened. He is saying that I am regretful. I am feeling sorry. He is written here to feel sorry. Regretted means to feel sorry. He is saying that I am regretful, I am sorry for what had happened, and promised the villagers to give gold coins as compensation. Compensation again. Compensation means if I have done any harm to anybody, so I am liable to pay compensation equal to the value which I have destroyed. The value that I have done, I have destroyed, equal to that value if I am giving something else, that is called compensation. So it is he was feeling sorry, and he said to the villagers that he is ready to pay compensation for the people who have been martyred here. But the people refused and said, the villagers refused his compensation, and they said to him, Your Highness, if you want to give us something, then please ban cutting of trees and hunting of animals. The people said, Your Highness, Your Majesty, we don't want any type of compensation. If you really want to give us something, then please, one thing we are all requesting you, you only please ban cutting of trees and hunting of animals. The king accepted their wish. King was pleased and he accepted whatever they requested him. After that day, the means he put the ban on trees, cutting the trees and killing the animals. He imposed the complete ban. After that day, the people in the village lived happily. Means after that day, the people who lived in the village, they were happy, but they also remembered their martyrs who gave up their lives for the trees. But at the same time, they were somewhere they were uh, in a sorrow also, that they have lost their 363 people who were considered as martyrs and who gave up their lives for the protection of the trees. World Environment Day is celebrated every year on 5th June by the Bishnois. Every year on 5th June, this was the day when they were martyred, that day was 5th June. That is why every day 5th June is celebrated as the World Environment Day by the Bishnoi people and all the other environmentalists around the world. And because they celebrate, so other environmentalists also they celebrate the day as the World Environment Day on 5th of the June of 5th of June every year. The major event commemorating the World Environment Day is held at Bishnoi Bhavan, Delhi by the Bishnoi community. A big function, a big type of event is also done on World Environment Day in Bishnoi Bhavan, Delhi, which belongs to the Bishnoi community, people of the Bishnoi community. So this was the story which is dedicated to the protection of environment for the love of the trees. And this chapter we have the explanation we have done, we have understood, and the question answers I am sending you, the homework also I am sending you, and in the next video we will do the exercise. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.